Hey Leo, my name is Dre, and this is your reading for October 2017. I'm using the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, no reversals. We have the King of Pentacles in the center, the Eight of Cups, the Sun, the Moon, Temperance, Three of Swords, Three of Wands, Nine of Swords, Nine of Wands, as well as the Five of Wands. That came out with it, so I just kept it. Outcome, we have the World. Additional card, we have the Seven of Cups. Alright, so the first message I was getting when I was laying the cards is, this is a beautiful reading. I mean, even though there are like really challenging cards, obviously, I feel like that there's such potential for growth for you, Leo. That's, I see two nines, two threes, the sun and moon, as well as the world. There's this, I feel like there's this transition happening. I'm trying to think when the next new moon is, because that's when the sun and moon are conjunct. I have not been keeping track of the astrology lately, so I have no idea when Libra season. There might be like I think the next one will be the Scorpio new moon. Maybe. I have no idea if we'll have another one. I don't think there will be an eclipse. Pretty sure not. But anyway, ramble aside, I feel like going to Scorpio season for you guys is going to be transformative, obviously. Scorpio naturally clashes with Leo energy. And some of you probably have started to feel that ever since, once Jupiter went into Scorpio. So I feel like, like I said, for other signs, it's going to be a time when anything that isn't working is just going to become more amplified. All of our obsessions and all of our desires, and maybe for Jupiter expands, so some of us might dive too deeply into that. And Leo itself is a very expansive fire energy, so I feel like for some of you, try to maintain this balance, this temperance here, when it comes to anything, especially things that like are sexual, financial, anything scorpionic. I don't think Scorpio rules disease, but for some reason I think disease, like maybe if something's been hidden, it'll come up and flare up pretty bad while Jupiter's in Scorpio. So watch out for that. However, anyway, what that means is I feel like that there, maybe on one level there is a need to watch out for things that could go wrong in your day-to-day life, but also I feel like on a bigger picture as well. And I think you guys had the Eight of Cups last time. I don't really remember. I feel like you guys did have the Eight of Cups last time because there is this need for you to guide. And again, the moon is right here. So pay attention to the moon cycles. I cannot speak this morning. Pay attention to the moon cycles. I really feel like that new moon in Scorpio will be something. But it's time for you guys to sort of deal with the aftermath, or if you haven't completely walked away from a situation, or if you're still carrying this emotional baggage, I feel like whether or not you can keep that going forward is going to be a huge trial of strength. I'm feeling like I got two separate things. For some of you, it is like a close lover, but for others, it's like your friends. I feel like just drama. I feel like that, you guys just can't see eye to eye. That, I feel like that everybody around you is pretty negative or demanding of your time. But I feel like you guys are like kind of off in your own little world a little bit. But I feel like you guys are, you're trying to make the best of certain situations right now, and you might play it off as cool on the outside. And for some of you, I feel like there's varying degrees of how over this you guys are. For some of you, this has been a long time coming, and now it's just like, okay, I sort of had everything together, but there's a side to you that people don't see that is still emotionally shattered, that's still just like broken, that's still at a loss for words, it's in this level of confusion, but you're giving off this vibe where it's just like everything's okay, but you haven't really addressed the problem. There we go. And I feel like with Jupiter going into Scorpio, with this Scorpio new moon, all those things that are under the surface are going to come to the light. And it's like, whether or not you want to see it, whether or not you act like it doesn't affect you, it will affect you. That is, if you don't beat any of that to the punch. I feel like there might be a surprise. I don't know why I'm getting surprised, because with these nines, that's like long building energy. But I feel like for some of you, something's going to happen where it's just like, you have to feel it all over again, or you didn't want to feel it, or you feel it in a different way and you're just sort of like chewing over it. And it's something that you haven't really, again, there's going to be this need for you to beat yourself to the punch, I guess, because right now might not be a good time emotionally. Right now might not be a good time socially. There might be a wall between you and your friends, or there's just might be just this entrenched drama. If not with your friends, with your family, or maybe with your father, a parental figure. I mean, King of Pentacles can be anybody, but if it's not like your father, it's like a lover. But it's like there's this need for you to utilize your resources, utilize what you have. 3 are the are the things we've acquired. We come upon an ace, and then the decision is the 2. With the 3 is we've built some sort of rudimentary knowledge. If you think of a pyramid, it was like, the most basic structures man made back in the ancient times. So, you have some level of knowledge, and it's like whether or not, do you want to take that leap or not? Because I do feel like with Jupiter going into Scorpio, and I only say that because Leo and Scorpio energy clash. So unless you have a lot of Scorpio or a lot of water energy, this might not really be that big of a deal. But it's mainly like if you have a lot of Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, or Taurus energy. I mean, Scorpio too, because this will be more intense. But at least like if you have like a lot of Leo, your sun. So it's just like your sense of personal pride will be compromised. Because we have your card here, the sun. The glare will never go away. But it's like, somebody's really gonna, you're gonna be really offended by what somebody does. You're gonna be really upset. You're gonna be really frustrated. But I feel like the best thing to do is to sort of, again, get out before the situation blows up. Get out before, the shit hits the fan. Because I feel like you guys know where it's going, or at least you should. Some of you, this emotional baggage or whatever this is you're carrying is weighing you down so much that, and Leo is a fixed sign, that you're just too focused on either yourself or, the small details of a situation without looking at the bigger picture, and Leo can sort of fumble there. So it's important to like take a step back, and again, utilize your resources, utilize what you have, see who you can, who you need to cut out, who's essential, who you can take with you. Like if you are thinking about like cutting people out of your life, or if you're thinking about getting out of a situation, if you're thinking about moving, trying something different, who do you know? What can you do? What are your talents? What are your strengths? Where can you go that will get you out of all this? Because there's some situation that you're in right now where it's just like it won't be able to be sustained. You can't live there any longer. You can't exist around this person for much longer. But for others of you, it is a matter of pride, where it's just like, well, I was here first, or I deserve this, or I'm not going anywhere. I'm not changing who I am, because the King of Pentacles is Taurus, the most stubborn sign. And Leo is stubborn as well, fixed energy. So it's just like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not, no. No. And so, but if you choose that decision, if you make that decision, I feel like you've already staked claim to somebody or to something, and just like you identify with it so closely, especially with the Sun card here. I feel like whatever this is, it's like it could be a career field, it could be a lover, it could be anything that I feel like you're totally committed with, despite the fact that now is a very stressful time and tensions are rising and everybody's sort of on edge. I feel like some of you are just going to stay and just be like, you know what, whatever, I'll deal with it. I'll tough it out. And, kudos to you. So, good luck with that. So I guess going from here is like understanding, I don't really see, trying to maintain that balance, I guess. Trying to maintain any sense of harmony that you can. And if you are going to stay in a sort of toxic or stressful situation, frustrating situation, you can't stoop down to everybody's level. You can't join the fray and start doing things or whatever just to piss everybody else off because they're pissing you off or whatever, because your friends have been negatively affected by somebody's words or whatever. I feel like, I do feel that, you can't stoop to anybody's level. You gotta let people do what they're going to do. If somebody says anything, again, bad about you or your friends, address it. But at the end of the day, I don't feel like you're going to be able to solve anything. I feel like the most important thing for you, Leo, I know this reading's kind of been all over the place, but it's either if the situation really is bothering you and it really is impacting you negatively, and it's like, get out, find something different, do something new, give yourself that chance. For others of you, it's like you're sort of, battening down the hatches or whatever the phrase is. You're just like white knuckling it, you're dealing with it, you're trying to, but if you're going to do that, only focus on yourself. Be totally selfish. We do have the sun and the moon here. Not only your soul needs to be preserved, but as well as your emotional side. Some of you might be a Leo sun and moon. And if that's the case, this will resonate. This reading will be even more important. Just maintaining the fact that you need to keep your head down. You cannot fix everybody's problems. You cannot get involved in a lot of people's problems, because some people might get offended. Some people might see you as the enemy. Some people are just like, and then you're wasting so much time. So balance is necessary. Understanding what battles to fight, understanding, a realistic way of healing yourself, of healing any sort of heartbreak or emotional turmoil that came before, and understanding that you can get yourself out of this. You just have to be a little bit creative. You just need to be a little, just need to explore a little bit. Especially if you're a creative person, and you've sort of fallen out of it, finding your niche again, and realizing what you do best and just doing that. So good luck, Leo. I will see you guys in Scorpio season. Bye.